In this video, I want to talk about defining success during your practice, during your cage work. Not all success is going to be focused on the result, right? Because if we're sacrificing getting it right for the result, right? Meaning we're cheating to pull a ball, or we're, manipulating the ball oppo, that's not going to show up in the game. When you're in here training, right, you want to make sure that you're doing work that's going to show up in the game without having to change anything. So perfect example, it's another video. I just got done hitting in-person session, high school player on his way to college baseball next year. And we were focused on getting his path dialed in, right? Because he came in here and, just like I talk about a lot in videos, chest open across the ball, said he was late. But more importantly, before we attacked him just being late, because if I'm just telling him, hey, you just need to be on time, right? But you're taking the same swing, you're just gonna be on time to hit ground balls and make more outs, right? So first thing we did is we got in here and we've worked on attacking the ground. We worked on using water bag. I'll grab that right here. Worked on using the water bag, went through a step back progression, step back, brick wall at contact. And then we did feet close together, attacking the ground, getting downhill like a running back going downhill with the brick wall. Like almost like there's a glass wall was the cue that I was giving him in front of him. Attack the ground, stop, and then taking his swing from here, normal swing, back feet under him, same thing with that glass wall in front of you, start and stop ASAP. So I could get him transferring force, and then we started to dial in the path with this short bat, which I've got from Birdman Bats. If you haven't before, check them out. They take care of all of my players in unfinished, and all of my players get like $60 off the Juice Private Stocks, and then they've done a really good job making some custom bats for our training in here that I go through. And then we really worked on dialing in his path, right? So I wanted his path was across before he came in here. So today the goal, and I'll go this way, path was across. We need to get the path working up and through the ball, not rotational. Pushing, keeping our chest over the plate, which I talk about a ton, and finishing through, which is ultimately going to take the finish high, right? So we really worked on getting that path right, getting that path, vertical bat angle through with good direction in the ground. And then once we cleaned that up, then it was time to actually attack the timing issue, right? But something that I think people forget about, and I talked about this in another video as well, talking about the closed and open skill sides of hitting, we have to get the closed side first, the straightforward. I personally believe that there's a pretty straightforward formula to creating backspin, especially getting it to your pull side instead of hooking it. We got to dial that in. Then we can start to attack the more nuanced, context dependent situations where you're up against the pitcher, what's your timing. So we spent a round not worried about where the ball was going, right? And he clipped a couple of balls, got the path right? Hey, let's get the path right. Don't worry about the result, right? So that ultimately put him in a positive mindset instead of thinking, dang, I'm failing, I'm not crushing every single ball, I'm not hitting every single ball to the top corner. We don't always have to worry about that, right? So went through that. I said, don't worry about the timing, just keep repeating the path. So he gets 3 or 4 swings right, gets one really good, flush, catches one deep, fouls it that way. Same thing, catches it a little deep, hits it up, catches another one deep. So don't worry about that. Now let's switch gears. That path was great, so I'm positively reinforcing him, right? Now we're developing confidence, we're getting back locked in, right? He's got a summer ball game to go play today at the time of this, which is June 7th, so 2025. So I said, now take that same path and push your contact point out in front. You guys already know what happened next, right? And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Minute that we push contact point out in front, he now believes and trusts in the path, and now instead of catching everything here, which the contact point was affecting the swing, now that we've let go of getting the swing back in so we don't have to think about it, now we can start to realize all of the good things are going to happen by him trying to get out in front and get square. So the minute that happens, what do you think happened? Laser, pull side, dead center, oppo, backspun, all of them with no manipulation. The only thing that I was telling him was to just keep the path working around you, which required him to stay over the plate and keep hitting through contact but catch it more out in front. And then we took it into challenge work where we really trimmed the fat off with the mini hack attack on super tall legs, and then finished off with a little bit of RMBP. Next thing you know, he's back, ready to go win. So it's just an important reminder that not all success is necessarily what we think it should look and feel like. It's about getting things right, then putting it all together. So, the success is going to change, obviously in a cage environment more than the game. Now, once he gets into the game, it's time to just go focus on being out in front, right? And evaluate your contact and evaluate your success by, was I hitting the ball out in front today instead of letting everything crowd me like I was in the past games, which I learned from my experience. You don't have good or bad games. All of this stuff is just information on how to show up the next time and attack the work. So you work really hard in here, and sometimes success is going to have to be a little ugly. It's going to feel a little weird. But then once you can get past that discomfort, you start to get free in the game. And now he can go out there tonight in his game and just be focused on out front, out front, out front, out front, out front. And get out of what he's doing and get focused on the external task, which is the open side, the skill side, the skill acquisition side of hitting. This is how you ultimately start to become an elite hitter. This is what it takes. If you'd like to work with me, applications below. Thank you for watching this video. Keep working hard, keep working smart. I'll see you on the next video.